So the birds have actually made their 8th day of life, but today is their 6th day on the farm. And it's been quite eventful, guys. Not really terrible like I had for my very last lot of birds that came in from Europe. So this is my parent stock on the farm that we're going to be using for breeding and, you know, getting day-old birds to fill our own birds and to be able to sell to you guys. So come on, let's go take a look at how the birds are faring. So right here, guys, we shall start with the nursery. This area that we blocked off using bricks is the nursery where we take care of the critically ill birds. So as you guys might know, when we get the birds in, some of them are weak, some of them are not as healthy and strong as the other birds. And because these birds came in by plane, they flew from Europe. They were actually on 25th of May and they came in on 27th of May. So that's 2 days, they're not feeding, they're not drinking. You know, they are given some glucose, but still, there's a lot of stress on the journey, air pressure changes on the aeroplane, the difference and the cold. So by the time they get here, some of them are quite weak and things like that. So because of that, you're bound to lose quite a number of birds. So actually on day 1 on the farm, I lost about 56 birds, 60 on day 2, 31 on day 3, 10 on day 4, 8 on day 5, and these are the sick birds that I'm left with, you know, the ones that are really weak. I'm hoping that some of them can recover. I've noticed that when they get unwell and they get really weak, it's very difficult for them to recover. Even with nursing them with the very best way that you can, you know, giving them syringes with glucose, they just don't want to get well. So you can see some of them unwell at the moment, but we're hoping for the very best, guys. And then in addition to the food, we also give them water. You guys can see this water, it's in the small common drinkers that we usually use. And this water has glucose and vitamins to help decrease the stress levels, give them some energy. And due to the fact that they don't really feed, we make them lie down and rest in their feed. Of course, they'll poop in there, as you can see, but that's not a very big issue. They can sort out the food, you know, pick out the food. So this is the nursery area, and over there is the main area where the rest of the birds are. They are super active, running around, guys. By the way, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Daniel, who is very passionate about farming, and I'm specifically very crazy about poultry farming. But the quest for me on Farm Up is to help you guys farm easier, quicker and better, to inspire you guys, you know, to know that you can start out your farm. You know, I started with my very own farm using the most basic of materials. Now here we are, you know, we've upgraded a bit. There's still more that can be upgraded, and if I can, then you too can. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, that way you never miss out on an upload, and don't forget to hit the like button. You guys can now see that the birds have grown up. You know, they are running around, they're more active, they're loud, not like they were on day 1. I'll pick just a few. Over here we have a female. You can see her. You can see that she has put on feathers, you know, she has put on the wings. She looks different. And then over here we have a male. You can see that he has also put on feathers. His feathers are more easily visible because of the difference in color. So we have males and females, and they're adapting very well. You know, they're getting loud, starting to run around, they're eating their food very well. The only problem, big problem that I've faced with them is this, guys. Pesty bat, fecal impaction, and not a very nice thing. Now this one is not affected terribly because the anal canal is actually still open. But some of them, it has been, you know, closing off. And then for the past few days, we've had to use lots of warm water and sitting down and being patient and doing as much as we can to get away all the pests that's blocking the bums of the birds. And guys, if you take a very close look to the surface, the floor, oh my god, it's so dirty, it's so dirty. We have brooder paper, and it has been in here since Thursday night when we brought the birds in. Just for reference, today is a Wednesday, so they're making a week tonight. So this is the maximum that really they should be inside here. So tomorrow we're going to get this brooder paper out. Currently the birds are able to sort out and know what their food is. I'm sure they won't be eating the brooder paper, they're going to be scratching it. But it's a good thing that we are disinfected it, and so it's not a worry for me. So we had around 3,900 birds come in. We've lost some of them, and it's very obvious to differentiate the males from the females. You know, the males are brown and the females are white. that's the color that we're going to have on the farm. And this is parent stock for Issa Brown. So I believe we're going to have really good production birds on the farm. You know, these are very prolific layers. Issa Browns are very prolific layers. They lay very good number of eggs. So we're going to grow this parent stock, be able to supply our own farm and sell to you guys whenever need be. So it's currently daytime, around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and guys, none of our stoves has fire. But you can imagine what temperature it is. It's quite hot in here. I feel like I'm being cooked. Take a look at this, guys. Take a look at this. That's really hot. And it's because of the plastic bags that we've placed all around this house. It's literally a greenhouse effect that we have inside here. So when it's hot outside and it's shining, the heat that burns on the iron sheets and then any heat that escapes and comes in here has a problem getting out. So the place really gets heated up, and that's a good thing because it helps in such a way that we don't need to spend money on heating during the day. So we'll probably keep this way until around 4 p.m. Guys, you can see me all dressed up, suited up in my wear that I'm using inside the chicken house. You can see it has my name over here, you know, Daniel. And everyone who is working inside this chicken house, I got them suits like this with their name in particular to make sure that everyone and every time you're working inside here, you're wearing a suit. No one is an exception to the rule, not me, no one, because it's important, especially for parent stock, that the birds don't get sick, that they don't get any infection, because some infections are transmitted through the eggs and then all the offspring of those birds are going to get sick. So it's very important that you know, maintain biosecurity. So I've done my very best. Currently, I'm brooding other chickens, guys, the dual-purpose birds that I have in the other house. And since I'm moving between the two houses, I'm minimizing any contact with these birds. Very minimal contact. If I have to get inside here to do supervision, I have to make sure that, you know, my body is washed, hands washed very well, my feet are washed very well, I've changed all my attire very well, the feet are disinfected, sorry, the gumboots are disinfected. So that's very important in order to be able to maintain biosecurity, and none of the workers who work here will have the permission to even have any contact with the other birds. And likewise, for the people who are working the other side, you cannot come over here. So that's simply to maintain strict biosecurity, to make sure that the product that we have is the very best product that can be offered. And guys, take a look at these drinkers. Just take a look at them. Oh my God, guys, I'm ashamed. The drinkers are so dirty. So we hang them up in the house. It's interesting. We actually even first washed them to try to make sure that by the time we put them inside here, they are clean. But with all the charcoal that moves through here, trying to put charcoal inside the charcoal stove to light and burn up the house, with all the poop and the birds flying up, this was never going to remain clean. So they are all coated with a thick layer of dust. But the birds have grown too big for these drinkers now, you know, the small tiny drinkers that we are using. The birds are now too big for them. You know, they have to bend over to drink. Number two, they are likely to spill water into them. So what we're going to do is that tomorrow, we're going to remove these papers, leave the wood shavings down. Then the following day, we're going to remove the small tiny drinkers and then wash these ones and start using these automatic drinkers for the birds. That's the goal, and that's what we're going to be doing next. I wish you had seen the struggle we went through on day one to try heating up this place. Oh my God. Guys, on arrival to the farm, we get here and the stoves, the brooding stoves that I had bought and the briquettes are just not working. They don't give off the heat that we expect. They burn quite well in that they burn for a really long time, you know, 4 or 5 hours. They're actually still burning. But oh my God, you know, the person who convinced me to buy them told me that you need 1 briquette for 500 birds. I did buy them, but oh my God. So we had to switch over to charcoal stoves. Actually, we had to switch over to charcoal, put it inside the brooding stoves for the briquettes, but they were not working because they don't have any aeration, so we're not having any flames. And this, guys, this was even a blower we tried to use up. It's a gas blower, you know, it blows heat from the inside, and we thought it would try to heat up the place. That also refused. And if you're wondering why on earth didn't you use electricity, well guys, it's because, well, I'll have to make a video about the electricity problem on the farm, but we don't have the, you know, the normal 3-phase grid hydropower that's provided by the country on the farm, because there's quite some distance from where the poles are. So the electricity we use over here is either a generator or solar. And because of that, we couldn't really use electricity to heat up the room because the bulbs that you use for heating up the room are, 250 watts each. And we would need maybe, 10, 12 bulbs. That would be too much current. We would basically not be left with enough power to do anything. So that was just out of the question. Hopefully in the future we shall be able to use it. But guys, we struggled and finally we had to settle with using charcoal stoves, which is something that I've tried and I've tested. That was it guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time with another one. Lots of love. Bye bye.